Hi there, welcome to my channel. Today what I'm going to be doing is just a little short video on a review for 2023, and I just wanted to show what I have done over the past year, and just to also show how I progressed. Um, when I started this planner, I used mostly post-its. I would have a planner, but I would just have my calendar and calendar spread for over 2 pages, and then I would just use post-its on top of it through the year. But this year I decided I wanted this to change it a little bit so that it could be more comprehensive and a little bit more detailed. And this is how my progression has looked. When I started this planner, I didn't think I was going to do a lot of work, but actually it's proved quite useful. I've done lots of work from this planner. It's also helped me a lot just to be able to keep my goals that I wanted to do, and it's also kept me basically to do some of the work that I did. Here's my January calendar that I did for the very first month. This was just a photocopy, and it was fine. And it was, sometimes I had a boring day or there was stuff I had to do, and I found this washi tape with boring and stuff on it. And that was kind of my fun aspect of it. I don't really use washi a lot, and when I do use washi, it's just for something specific that I had to do. I had a lot of notes that I had to do for this planner, and I just used some dividers that I found, and just worked it as it is. Um, February, I had a lot of post-its again, and I just had particular dates or study that I had to do, and I didn't write a lot in this month, but I didn't have a weekly either, so you can see I don't have a weekly, and I decided, well, this is what I was going to do. March got a little bit busier, and then I decided, well, I really need to do some creative pages. I started doing creative pages, and these creative pages weren't as good as I hoped they would be. And so I decided, well, I needed to create a formula. This page came out better. This was a vision board that I did. I started my vision board. Had two photos on here which I've taken out because I want to reuse them. And overall, this vision board was really what started it off, and I started to get a little bit better. Um, I tried to do some sketch work. Here are some sketches that I've done, and I just cut them out and put them on. But I wasn't too happy with them because they just looked a little bit mediocre, and I just thought, no, this is not what I really want to do. Um, and it started to get a little bit better as I went along. Here's a cleaning list that I started to do, and next time when I do sketch work and stuff, I'm just going to put it separately and just photocopy it and then cut it out. These I didn't photocopy, and I really should have done so because some of them were alright, but not all of them were alright. And so here's another cleaning list that I did. I really wanted to try and do something of interest on these planners. So here's my first experiment with it, of where I wanted to go. Um, as the months progressed, it got a little bit better, and I started experimenting with texture and with photographs. So some of it started to get a little bit better. Here I discovered white pen, and I really love the white pen a lot. And the white pen was really something that was fairly useful for these planner pages. It's only when I got to this page that I really decided to change the way I was working, because this was my favorite page of that I've ever done. It came out so well, and I was able to really identify with this page. This is a calendar page. I think this is for June, and it was during the summer, and I really wanted to make a theme, and I thought I really need to do a theme for the summer. I need to try and experiment and see what I can do, and this experimental page came out really well, and I was so pleased with this. So I decided, well, I need to carry on with this kind of doing pages, and then I can just progress from here, and just to see, what else I could do. On this page, I just experiment. Some of the pages I didn't use. I did these pages, but I didn't write in them. And then I started other pages. I wanted to try and do just photos and do little quotes. And this came out really interesting, how I did this page. And I actually liked this a lot more. And because I was doing so much work on the artwork stuff, I wasn't really, it was taking a lot of my time. So I thought, well, maybe I should just try something else and try a new method. So this was just me experimenting with pages and seeing how they could go. And, this is how it went. I use these transparent pages as dividers. Sometimes I put a tab on the edge of it, and that really works really well for what I wanted to do. Some of the pages were really bright and colorful, but they weren't as great as I was hoping they would be. Some of them were I didn't use at all, because that wasn't a great page at all. And this page was fine, but I wasn't happy with it. It worked, but it didn't work the way I was hoping. As I went along, I tried experiment. Here's my least favorite pages. I didn't use this page a lot. I looked at it and I didn't really enjoy it at all. It was really nice, when I first saw it, but I thought, well, this is not really what I want to do. And I mean, as colorful as it is, it wasn't as great as I hoped it would be. And it was a alright page, but I ended up using a lot of post-its on this month in particular. And I thought, well, that's how this page works. I then did a book review, which I've never done before. I liked this page. It came out really well. I enjoyed the book. This was The Wheel of Time, and in the book they come across an abandoned city, basically, and I thought, oh well, that would be a nice page to do. So this page is based on that abandoned city that they came across, which I thought was very interesting, and that's how it came up. But I didn't use either side of the page, and so some of these pages were a bit wasted, so I didn't do it. Some pages were fine, and some were not so great. Here's another page I didn't really like so much, but I did use this a lot more. I did find I used this page even though it wasn't my favorite. I just didn't do the colors right, and so I was a bit disappointed in this page. But it's just a kind of experimentation in what you're going to do. I wanted to do a page on what are your good habits and what are your bad habits. I didn't actually fill it out. I did fill out some of it. I started experimenting with a vintage typewriter, and I started putting it in, but I didn't actually finish the page. So it's a nice page, but I just didn't fill it out. And I really should do more pages like this, because they're really great, and they're worthwhile doing, especially if you want to do lots more planning. I started looking at personal performance. Here's another book review. I did the second book, so I found one of the characters in the Wheel of Time. This was one of my favorite pages. It came out the way that I wanted it to do. I started thinking, well, how do I want this page to look, and how do I want to write on this? And this page came out really well for what I wanted to do. Here's a page another experimental page that I've done. What makes you feel better? I didn't fill this out either. So these pages were blank, but I did enjoy the page. What I didn't like about the page was that I didn't like the font here. I should have just done the stamping. And as much as I probably might redo this page, but I'm just going to use stamping rather. I tried to do the writing by hand, and it was fine, but it wasn't really what I wanted to do. I really want to do this page again because it was really interesting, and I really liked how the colors worked. So I might be doing this page again. As you can see, some of the pages are the news. I was totally put off because the ink came through this page. So this kind of ruined me wanting to work on this page. Here's a cleaning page. It doesn't look like a cleaning page, but actually it's all about cleaning, about working on getting myself organized. I find that when I do the cleaning page, it really works really well. It also set the goals that I do per day. I find if you do about half an hour for certain cleaning methods, it actually helps over a week, and the following week it goes a little bit faster. This was a nice page. I enjoyed that, and it's something I will do again. I'm just a bit disappointed in this page. I did two of them. Here's the second one. I like this page as well, but I didn't like the font. I should have just done stamping, and this would have worked really well. So that is some of the ideas that I wanted to experiment with. And there were a lot of pages I wanted to experiment with as well. How I wanted to write them out, because I look at a lot of planners as well, and that's what I did. This was my favorite month of October. This worked really well. I put a lot more information into here, and this is where I started my weeklies. I decided, well, I need to do some weeklies, and just to work on this month for weeklies. I also had just some ideas and books to read that I wanted to do. And overall, this month of October is really how I wanted this to work. This worked really well, and I was very, very pleased with how these pages worked. In November, I decided to simplify a little bit because I did so much artwork for October. So I decided, well, I'm just going to simplify the calendar, which is what I did, and simplify some of the pages, the art pages, and just concentrate on what I needed to do. And this worked out really well. I was quite pleased with how this page worked, and it was perfect. It was actually really much. It was enjoyable to do, and any notes that I wanted to do or any ideas I wanted to do, I got to be able to do in November much easier than I did even in October. And when December came, I did the same method as November, and I really liked this one. This came out much better than what I thought, and I'm probably going to do pages like this again. When I discovered vintage typewriters, I thought, well, this would be a really great way to use a vintage typewriter, and it's actually worked really well. So between the vintage typewriter and doing white pen, it's worked really well. I love these pages, and they've worked really well. Here's my weekly for December, and it's just really great. Here I had some recipe ideas, what our Christmas meal was going to be, and overall these pages were great. Here I did a color board. This color board was for the Christmas tree that I did. If you look at one of the previous videos, you'll see that I've done a a Christmas tree, but I wanted something very specific for my Christmas tree, you know, on a color level. So I created a color board. So I'll be doing more color boards in the future because I really enjoyed doing that. And here is how December went. It was actually quite busy, and but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the combination of the artwork, and I enjoyed the weeklies and how this worked. Overall, some of the pages I haven't done. These two pages I didn't do, which I really love, these two pages. So I will be probably redoing these pages, and I might include that into maybe February, maybe end of January or February or something like that. So that's what I'm going to do with this page. Overall, this yearly planner worked out really well. I'm glad of how I progressed. I've kind of found out what I want to do, how I want to grow, and that's what I'm going to do with these pages. So overall, this has been a really interesting setup, and I'm probably going to work on doing other projects with these planners, and just to see where it's going to go. The other thing is that this planner is going to be, I realized when I was doing it, that my projects pages are going to be very important. Anything to do with the project, I'm going to have to do a projects page. What I found was when I do my projects page, I have to do like a sequence of work, or I've got to do a budget, or I've got to find a way to experiment, or I've got to do some research. And those projects are actually quite detailed. So the planner will be focusing more on the projects and how I can do them. Overall, this was an interesting setup for the year, and I'll probably be doing other planners as well. The other thing I've also done is I started making planner covers, and I'm going to do more planner covers because in a way to save money and also not to spend so much on planners, I wanted to make planner covers because I could follow color trends, or I can have a cover that's unusual, or I could just do covers on planners that have gotten a bit old, and just to get them to last a bit longer, I'm going to put on these covers. So I just want to say this is the end of the video, and I want to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave a comment, and I will be thinking of the next project soon. So I will see you then.